So, good lordy, this is another day, and it's been very eye-awakening. So last night, after I did my last video, which I was like, I don't think I have anything more to offer up this journey today, right? The last piece was that vision board, and realizing that the vision board never was created from so many different energies, and I could see the energy foundations of lack mentality and putting things on there that seem like they're important when really my soul knows what's important. And my soul looked at that vision board and was like, that is not important. And I had a bit of a meltdown because I thought, have I portrayed that to myself and to the divine? And of course, obviously, the divine knows your heart, which is really cool. So no, not at all. But what I wanted to share with you is that it gave me awareness, and not an awareness from a shame place, but an awareness to start listening to my internal voice, which is what I came here to talk about today. And that internal voice I brought to your attention quite a few times. I do it when I'm talking about the ego. I told you about sticky thoughts. That's the astral, right? And I think about it from another perspective, which is, what do we say to ourselves quietly? So I started to go into all of those voices. What do we say to ourselves? So first I'm watching a movie and I'm like, well, she's really skinny, right? And I'm like, okay, so how long have I been judging myself? So I start on an inquiry conversation with the many parts of me. And I was in tears by the end of it because we do this comparison thing outside of ourselves. And it's part of our society, right? So it's part of the collective that is happening so undercurrent of what we're thinking about in our process of the daily life that I could see they were just outdated program systems that we're still running really without an awareness to it. And this happens a lot with spiritual people, is that we're moving at such an accelerated rate with a lot of our awakening parts that there are still program systems and parts of us still running in the background that are worth examining. That was a long story to get to that point, right? I'm like, do I stop the video and redo it again? I don't know. What the heck? Let's just keep going. So I started to look and examine those program systems, and I heard this one. It was Sandra Walters yesterday say, "I command." So I started using the words today. I command. I command that program system to be deleted, and I command an upgrade to that program system. And it's been amazing to see today what that looks like in my reality system. Right? So I'm listening to the background noise of my thoughts. I'm listening to the background noises of these collective conscious energy thoughts, so I can determine and align up with what I know to be true in my soul. And that's what I wanted to say. So when was the last time you listened to those voices? They come in a lot of different formats, so I'll share them with you. Some are, you think about a person and then you hear a storyline about that person. Well, that's that voice. And we let it run out in us without thinking, this is my world inside, and I'm not going to be polluted by thinking any thoughts other than love and light for all others, because we have our own journey that we're on, and we have our own energies that we have to face within ourselves. We don't need to add to that collective energy more judgment. We just don't. We also don't need to hold anyone else responsible for our joy. And as I examined those thoughts last night deeper, I realized that that I had built a lot of distrust within myself based on not paying attention to those voices. So that was the other piece to this that I thought was really interesting. With that said, we're all just figuring it out, right? And we're sharing our thoughts and our journeys together to see if our awareness inspires a remembrance of your awareness. So that's what these videos are about. I don't claim to be awake. I don't claim to be only at peace. I don't claim anything, and I also don't ever want to. I'm having the human experience like you. I'm in discovery mode of what all those pieces look like within myself and how they're playing outside myself. And that's just it. So if you come here in this channel for me to help or fix you, it will be not possible. I just want to say that. If you come to this channel to see me as your mirror, now that is possible. Because that's all I am to you, and that's all you are to me. And my goal for myself in my mirror, so perhaps this reflects in it or it doesn't, is to create a world inside of me that remembers that we can talk to the animals. Creating a world inside of me that activates different codons, different energies and different lights that already exist in me and already exist in all of us, that allow us all to start experiencing, all parts of myself that is, to experiencing 5D energy and above. Because I don't know how you feel, but all parts of me are saying yes to that. So that is the journey. And it's weird. I'm looking from that side and I'm barely able to see. And that is my little boy side. And I'm looking, let me see. Yeah, they're both pretty blurry. But this one is the blurriest of all. What does that mean? I don't know. I just noticed it. Thought I'd bring it to my own attention. That's it for right now. Except, oh yeah, one last thing. I was inspired to look at some videos of myself back in September. And oh my gosh. The things that I said back in September were the things that I needed to hear last night. Right? So my future self learned from my previous self. And the one thing that I can say that I learned was that when you speak with integrity of heart, it can never be outdated. And it doesn't matter if you come across it in 1 year, 6 months, 5 months ago. I was like, how long was that? 5 months ago, right? Doesn't matter. That heart integrity is solid. I highly recommend that you pick up your phone when you are in your heart space and provide yourself and the world, if you want to, with the parts of you that are heartfelt and integral. It was immeasurable to me last night. I cried and I locked in on that heart again, right? Because when you're going through and you're looking at all the sticky stuff of the collective, you get a little lost and confused in it sometimes. You get a little lost and confused in what part is me, what part is the collective consciousness, you know. And even when I do these videos, sometimes I get caught and lost in what is me and what is a collective. So, center to heart. Remember that you are love, and remember that you are light. And I'll put together down below my favorite song by Inda Ari. And you can sing it. Singing is just as integral. Oh, and then I also put down this rock video, which is on there. It's not me talking, but I loved how she was doing her Rumi cards, and what she spoke about was this really cool meditation. If it feels weird to look at a rock, I'm sorry, but I will tell you this. When I did the meditation today, again, it truly lined me up with my divine soul's purpose, within my heart, within the alignment of Creator, and it was incredible. And so that was another really great piece that I highly recommend for any part of you that's feeling sticky through this journey piece right now. Okay? And I'm so glad that we are each other's reflection. I'm so glad you came to visit. That's all. Have an amazing day.